Should be good, I guess. Okay, Control F. Yeah, I have a bunch of videos. I'm gonna showcase videos because I don't want anything to break on stream.
I have them downloaded, by the way. I have them downloaded now.
Okay, you have it downloaded?
Yeah.
So yeah, let me explain how testing works briefly. So we'll start with source videos, and after source I'm gonna explain GoldSRC. So source testing doesn't have very advanced tools yet. Basically what you do is you write a script that does various in-game movements, like the script that presses the buttons, the script that moves the camera around, and with a little help of SPT, because they messed up the required command to advance a frame in Orange Box. And this way you launch your TASes. You also use host frame rate to ensure that the tick rate or the frame rate is always matching the tick rate. And this way you can get more or less consistent TASes. It's not very advanced because you cannot really do things like go through change levels or manipulating the RNG, etc. in source, but you can already do some interesting things and interesting tests. It was mainly used in Portal so far, because yeah, in Portal you don't really need to do much movement, you just shoot portals on cap usually. So I have this collection of videos. At first I have a couple of random clips and then a couple of portal chambers. So first Coast 05 by use. Let's see if this breaks. I'm gonna put it at full screen. So this is a test of a Coast 05 map from Half-Life 2, and what is interesting about it is that it does a jump bug. As you can see right about here, as you can see, he landed on the asphalt from a pretty long fall, and he didn't take any fall damage. Now you may think that they did it in Dvahmov, but it's actually a little bit different. In Dvahmov, what we do is we slide from this fence, and this is called an edge bug, and this way we don't take fall damage. And by doing a jump bug, Juxfu can land all the way like further into the tunnel, and this way make it faster. So, well, as you can see, it has a little bit of scripted mouse movement, but of course it's not auto-strafing, so it can be optimized, of course. But this is already faster than Dvahmov. Yes. Next I have this little clip that Pack Sciences did. He did a perfect item climb in Portal. It's quite short. I will try to play it back at a lower speed. And the audio is really wood face. So as you can see, he is jumping from the cube and re-grabbing it every tick. So yeah, this is a little clip of item climbing. The third clip is actually quite impressive. Pack Sciences did an AFH and a turret fly. I might need Finzy's help here, maybe. So he just basically flies up from the turret like this. Finzy, is this just a simple slow boost, or is there some turret boosting involved?
I think the turret has some weird hitbox, and he does an S-tap, which is basically an AFH. And I think he bounces off the turret because he's a little rounded, as you can see at the top there. And he bounces off the turret, and the turret seems to fly with him, and he re-grabs it mid-air and just goes on top of the catwalk. So I think, yeah, he bounces off the turret because it has a weird hitbox.
Yep, so this clip is pretty awesome. It's called S-tab because it's basically a perfect a perfect AFH where you hold S only for the jump tick, and this way don't lose any extra speed. Fourth clip is a little test chamber 04 TAS he did a while ago, just a mess around, as I called it.
You're doing quite well.
It was his first TAS, I believe.
Yeah, this was his first TAS. So you can just see a couple of interesting portal gun movements.
You're doing quite well. Once again.
I will try to showcase in slow motion. Yeah, as you can see, this happens. What's interesting about this is probably the second portal shoot, because when you go through a portal like that, your camera gets adjusted to your new body position and body orientation, and it takes a really long time, so it's pretty much very precise to shoot a portal where you need it to while this camera rotation happens. Now there is a little test by Nanacoup of the episode 01 glitchless strat. It's a very short video, just optimized. So you see this done in portal speedruns, in inbounds portal speedruns, where they shoot a portal like that. And yeah, a bunch of movements that can be tricky to do in real time.
Yeah, this trick originated during the making of the Portal Done Glitchless segmented run, which is why this is called EO1 Glitchless Strat, and he basically does the glitchless strat but TAS, and a little bit faster, I believe, than the segmented run.
Yep, so as you can see, you need to jump through this portal, aim at a weird spot where you can shoot, and then aim at another weird spot which is like 90 degrees to the right. Now here is a Chamber 19 inbound strat video by Pack Sciences. You could see this strat done in our speedrun Portal Done inbounds, and this is the optimized version, where all the shots are done on cap, and as you can see, it's quite impressive to look at. And showcase in slow motion. What you can see happen here is called a well, it's a variation of acute angle glitch, which is called large angle glitch. Basically, when you deal with portals on sloped surfaces, they can behave extremely weirdly and teleport you to weird locations, completely like outside of what you might think your portal will take you to. The mechanics are not quite understood yet, I believe, as to where the portal will take you, but sometimes we just find those spots and they prove very useful in speedruns. Now next up is Escape 00 inbound TAS by Juxpa. It takes the start and it takes the start from PDI, I believe, and it optimizes the portal shooting part. As you can see, the start is from PDI, and the test starts here. It also gets a random purple boost. I don't know if there is an official name for that.
Not really, no.
Yeah, it's this weird. I will showcase that part in slow motion. It's this weird portal boost that no one knows why it happens, but sometimes when you go through portals, you just get huge speed out of no reason, like this. And Juxpo said that it was actually very consistent, which is interesting because usually, like when we don't know any way of doing it consistently, it usually happens extremely randomly. Like you don't usually get it. So I will show the whole part in slow motion. No Z's, he both reported and got a random portal boost. This part is interesting because it contains a bunch of complicated portal peak shoots, because you need to go in and out of portals and shoot portals on cap. I believe PDI didn't get it on cap, did it? I think PDI
no.
I think PDI segmented somewhere in the middle. So yeah, that's why this part was of interest.
Portal Gun Glitchless gets in on cap.
Oh, Portal Gun Glitchless. Yeah, Finzi is the cool guy here. Next we have Chamber 2 Auto Bounce Test by Nanacab. Just does the auto bounce strat, which looks pretty impressive if you ask me. So let me understand what happens here. He starts, I believe he starts from a save glitch. This way he can go through this wall. Now he shoots the portal out of bounds, does a couple of portal peak shoots, does a re-entry, and then he does something that I'm not sure what it is. Finzi, can you help?
You mean the last shot where he gets in bounds? When we find it. Oh, he does a simple portal peek. You just can't see it because it's so fast.
Oh yeah.
He's down in the pit and he's doing a simple portal peek up to the elevator.
Oh right. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, that's simple portal shoot. Unfortunately the portals, the going through portals are not fixed in this render, so you can't really see what's going on. Yeah, as you can see, he lands in the pit, which is in that pit over there. He lands there, and yeah, you can even see the portal trail. So that's what happens. Next we have Chamber 13 Out of Bounds TAS by Nanacube as well, I believe. Which is quite impressive to see optimized as well. So first of all, he does a clipping glitch to shoot a portal out of bounds. Then he does a couple of smart portal peeks to place a portal under the elevator, and then he does a portal quick re-entry to enter the elevator chamber, and then he jumps to trigger the elevator. This way the map is completed very quickly. I'm not sure if it's quicker than the huge chair thing that we usually did, where we just fly through all the walls. But it's very quick regardless. Let's watch it in real time once again.
Maybe worth noticing, a portal quick re-entry is when your body gets stuck in a portal that's closing, and when your portal is closed or is out of bounds, the game thinks you're stuck and it puts you back in bounds.
Yes.
Something like that.
It was called quick re-entry because before, what people did is they shot a portal on the ceiling, and then as they fell through that portal, they shot another portal somewhere. Like, they shot that portal somewhere else, so they end up, you can say they end up stuck in between OLB and inbounds, which puts you back in bounds. And how portal quick re-entry works is you do a portal, what's it called? Is it a peek? When they do a portal peek. That means they shoot the destination portal right before going through another portal, and so the destination portal lands right after they exited. This way it gets destroyed and you get placed in bounds. This is very useful because this way you can re-enter from the floors as well and from the walls as well. Now the chamber 19 and onwards out of bounds TAS by Nanocube, where a bunch of weird stuff happens.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy.
And well, let's start from the beginning. We can see a clipping glitch to get the portal out of bounds. Then we see a portal peek to the end of the map, like over there the end of the map is, and the change level trigger is. Now he goes through the portal and triggers a change level. This is the next map already. Now he shoots over there to get a better view at that part. That part is the end of the current map. So he does a portal standing shot. And okay, that's another change level. I think we are on the next map already. So he shoots a portal into the further area. This gets him unstuck out of bounds. Shoots the portal a bit further. This is just basic OB navigation. Now I think he shot the portal. Yeah, he shot the portal under the under this place on the map, and he did a portal quick re-entry to get back inbound. He shoots a portal where the turret is, goes through there, and gets set up for the next part, which is also a large angle glitch that they do in out-of-bounds speedruns.
I think this is an acute angle glitch, not a large angle glitch.
Oh yes, this is an acute angle glitch, because you enter a slanted portal. And for some reason turrets get a little bit into the floor. I guess that's because the portal is near. So let's watch it in real time again. Looks very impressive when the shots are on cap.
Also, the reason why he takes the camera at the beginning is because after you load a map, the portal gun has a 1 second cooldown before you can shoot again. But when you grab on something and let it go after the change level trigger, you can actually shoot 0.5 seconds after the load.
Yep, so 0.5 seconds saved there as well. And well, let's watch it again, and I believe this should conclude the source section of the TAS block. Yes, there we go. So I believe Finzi needs to go now. Yes?
Yeah, I got some stuff to do, unfortunately.
Okay, see you, Finzi. I will go on with GoldSRC myself.
Yeah, I'll leave you with YaLTeR here and GoldSRC TASes. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, so GoldSRC TASes, GoldSRC games like Half-Life 1 or its mods have much more advanced tools. As of right now, oh wait, I forgot to link the Pack Sciences source testing explanation video. Source testing explanation in-depth video. If you want to check it out and maybe learn how to do certain things, made by Pack Sciences. He's also in the chat right now. Okay, so back to GoldSRC. The tools are way more advanced, and as of today, it is possible, to do pretty much everything you could, and they are complete as you would expect from any other test tool. So you can go through change levels, you can go through save loads, you can manipulate the RNG, you can even do resets, like hard resets. So the GoldSRC TASes are very interesting. The tools also include strafing mechanics for perfect movement. So yeah, let's start with Power-Up TAS by Mathrunner. Now this TAS is pretty old. It was completed a couple of months ago, but I believe it's a very good show for people who haven't seen it because it's extremely awesome. Yeah, it might be loud. So yes, as you can see, it's pretty cool. Now let me try to watch it in slow motion and explain things. Now first thing you see is called an object boost. It's when you take an object with you and you go really fast basically, because the object gets the player speed and adds to its current speed, and then the player speed gets set to the object speed. This way you speed up really quickly. Now this object trick, like going around with the object, like turning and whatnot, is probably the most difficult thing to do in a TAS. It requires extremely precise actions and extremely precise values to consider. So yeah, now at this part he is moving at the maximum possible speed diagonally. He places a trip mine to kill some soldier. You can see the screen shaking. It is called auto-strafing or yaw-strafing. Basically, the fastest way to travel in a straight line is by strafing left and right, like you would normally do, but very, very quickly. Like you can see in KZ runs that they are trying to strafe left and right very quickly. This is basically the perfect version of this. He takes another object and goes for a quick flight with it. As you can see, I mean, he travels extremely quickly, and the object hasn't even finished landing yet, and he's already like on the other part of the map. Now he delayed the change level trigger a bit to get some more speed, so that's why you saw the map load so late. Now he starts to cook a grenade, and at the same time he uses the valve to open the doors. Now he waits a bit on the ladder because the grenade takes 2 seconds, I believe, to detonate. And on we go with more object boosts. This is one huge object. He places another trip mine to kill more soldiers, and he falls down. He does a jump back, I believe, which lets him not take any fall damage. He throws a grenade and really quickly shoots this. You have to shoot a place there to proceed with the map, and he does this very quickly. You cannot even see the target that he is shooting. He gets a little damage boost from the grenade he threw earlier. Activates the buttons. Now this is the fan there. You can go up with that fan, and he also does a damage boost to get him a little higher, exactly on this floor. Detonates the trip mine he placed earlier to kill the soldier. And we're gonna see more object boost, or object maneuvering rather. As you can see, you have to hit a wall with the object and stop the object before you can turn it. That's why it's so complicated. And off we go with more object maneuvering. We go really quickly. Now, as you can see, the map loaded a bit late again because he had to gather more speed, so he delayed the map load. It's the change level delay that we were talking about during the residual life run. Goes up the ladder and proceeds with more object maneuvering. This is basically the fastest way you can travel, provided that the map is nice enough. Now, right here, as you can see, he needed to kill that soldier so he could stop his box against his body, because otherwise you cannot turn the object. So yeah, he jumps over there. You need to press this lever and proceeds to the train. I believe this lever activates the rails and is supposed to kill the Gargantua at the same time. Now he activates the train, presses the button to rotate the rails in the middle. Now he places a trip mine here so he can get over the fence easier. Activates the train again so it starts moving in the correct direction, and goes over the fence. Now Matarunner will stop right before the change level, just to showcase that the train does indeed break the boxes, because this is the point of this test. It's power up without a train skip. So he has to showcase that the train does indeed break the boxes. And yeah, as you saw it does indeed. So let's watch it in real time again. Object boost. Damage boost. More object maneuvering. Jump back. Shoot the place. Damage boost, press the button, go up and damage boost. More object maneuvering. Press this lever. Activate the train, press the button, put the trip mine, activate the train again, and go to the change level. Right, next I got 3 clips that Quadrazit made. He made them a while ago as well. They are on his YouTube channel, but they are a good show as well. First up is Blast Pit, the out of bounds route. Okay, now he has included a slow-mo in his video as well, thankfully. So this green thing is the change level trigger. He does a change level delay, once again as in the residual life. And he goes up while, yeah, his trigger is delayed right now, so when he goes up and releases the weights, then the next map loads and he ends up out of bounds. Now this particular map is one of the few that you can move out of bounds, so he can move out of bounds and he falls down. Now right here he has to cancel his fall damage with an edge bug. He cannot use a jump bug because if you crouch out of bounds then you cannot uncrouch, because technically you are considered stuck. This is another change level delay. He delays until he is back in bounds, and this is the third change level delay. This is 3 change level delays in a really quick time span. Now he does an object boost to gain the maximum speed, and he lets the next map load, which puts him after the boxes that we just saw in the power-up TAS. And since change level delay makes him lose his weapons, he did more tests here to compare it to Half-Life 21. In Half-Life 21 they do a grenade damage boost right at this spot, but in a TAS like this you cannot, because you did a change level delay and you lost your weapons, so you don't have any grenades. So he has to take the detour route that you are normally supposed to take, and he did that to compare it to Half-Life 21. I believe it turned out to be a little bit faster. Now the main problem is weapons, because yeah, that requires planning. A little change level delay here, and he stops his TAS at the ladder. Let's watch it again. Oh, this is a bonus part. Everyone likes to die on this table. So let's watch it again. Hedge bug, trigger delay, another trigger delay, object boost. He falls down, duck taps to take the minimal possible damage in the electrified water, and goes around, and the TAS ends here. Once again, people are asking why the camera is shaking. This is because of a perfect strafing. You can see they move their camera left and right in KZ. Well, that's pretty much it, but perfected. Next up we have apprehension without taking the train by Quadrazit once again. Once again, it is a comparison to the Half-Life 21 route of taking the train. The left bottom corner is a Half-Life 21 video, so you can see how they compare. Now, there is nothing special yet, just some movement, some strafing. So he opens the door because he cannot go through the main doors because the train is what breaks them. Doesn't take the ladder because you fall down faster. Now right here he does an object boost with a box that was up there, because normally trailing in water is pretty slow. So then he gets up and he will do a damage boost over the fence like this, and as you can see it ends up being a little faster than Half-Life 21, but there is another concern here. HP is lost, and an air nade is lost as well, so that's something you have to take into account when planning. Now let's watch it again. Once again an object boost. And here we go. Next we have Lambda Core. not the whole lambda core, but only one map. Quad did the table boost here to compare it to Half-Life 21 as well. First we see a outside camera shot. Now he starts with the map, kills the guys quickly, shoots the scientist, this old strat to make him open the door faster, and then does an object boost with the table. And then he goes on to grab a couple of ammo and the Agon gun. Now what differs this from Half-Life 21 is not only the table boost that Quad couldn't do for some reason. Yeah, he also uses the wall hack here to show you what's happening behind the scenes. So I will get to the point when the TAS gets there. You have to kill all the guys to make the scientists start to open the door. I wonder how many views does the SourceRuns stream have right now? Can someone post into the chat? So as soon as the door opens, he lowers his FPS to make the scientists turn faster, and he does a little object boost or even object maneuvering with the table, shoots the explosive boxes to get up on the place. Now, while the elevator takes a time to start, he goes into the side room and grabs the ammo and the Agon gun. Now, Half-Life 21 couldn't take the Agon gun, they couldn't make it in time, but in TAS it's very well possible. And he enters the elevator right as it starts moving. Let's watch it again. So you can see it's pretty fast and impressive. Right, so next up we have two TASes of BKZ Gold Bishop, which were made by me. The first one is actually a new thing. It was made right in Counter-Strike. It was made compliant to Extreme Jumps rules, so it's basically a valid TAS. Oh fuck. Excuse me. The stream is extremely stream is taking too much CPU power. For this video, sorry, I will just download it from YouTube again. For this encode, this particular encode uses very high settings, so I cannot really show it because it rips my CPU. I'm gonna just quickly download my YouTube render, which is okay, and we're gonna watch this right here. Now, as you may notice, this is way slower than your usual Half-Life TASes. This is because Counter-Strike 1.6 is a very slow game. There are speed caps, there is a bunny hop cap, there is stamina, which is another very bad thing, which slows you down extremely. So most of the time I'm moving around 300 units per second, which is the bunny hop cap. As you can see, I try to duck tap in order to gain more speed than the bunny hop cap allows. And compared to the usual, well, to the Creed's world record, human world record, I take a couple of shortcuts on the climbing part, and also I complete this ladder pretty quick, the stairs, thus making it in time for 1 minute 7 seconds, which is a little more than 20 seconds faster than the human world record. Now I have a slow motion render of this, but it is somewhere on Mega, because of course I forgot to download it. I don't know how much it will take. Well, it's pretty fast. I hope it doesn't remove my CPU, because it's encoded with the same thing. But it's 25 FPS because it is 4 times slower. And this is an accurate encode, like it was captured from live playback. This means that the HUD is not ahead of the player camera, and the music, I mean the sounds, are also not ahead of the player camera. This is why it's 25 FPS, because the original was done at 100 FPS, which is what you use in Counter-Strike. So hopefully it doesn't kill my CPU. I hope it doesn't. Well, yeah, it's fine, cool. So you can see extreme amounts of screen shaking, and yes, this is what perfect strafing looks like in slow motion. I will try to point out the stuff. As you can see, my speed is very low compared to usual Half-Life speed. As I pointed out again, the bunny hop cap starts at 300 ups. And also you can see this stamina counter. Stamina gets set to a value when you jump, and it slows you down significantly when you are strafing on ground. So I try to duck tap and jump when it's faster to do so. Now let's skip this boring part. In this part I can actually gain more speed than a stable speed is. Now what I mean by the stable speed is like if you were to just duck tap and strafe. Now, as you may know, duck tapping has ground friction, so it slows you down on each duck tap. And as your speed goes up, your speed increase goes down. So there is a speed where you just cannot go faster, pretty much. And as you can see, going in the air allows me to not get any ground friction, and I almost get to 500 ups, while the stable speed is around 474 for this game. Another interesting part is the ladder. I do a couple of duck taps, and then I do a couple of jumps, and this way I complete it way faster than the human runs. And the second Gold Hop TAS I have is actually done in Half-Life 1 at default settings for comparison. I got a huge speed boost in the beginning right away, which is possible only in Half-Life. It's not per strike. And as you can see, the movement is way faster. I also don't have any bunny hop cap because I ran this with 1 settings, which means 100 FPS but no bunny hop cap. And I make it in 24 seconds, which is significantly faster than the Counter-Strike version. We had a competition at this in the GoldSRC speedrun competition that happened in winter, where PJC took the first place with 40-something seconds, I believe. So I just made a test to see how fast this can possibly go. And an interesting thing, I actually did it faster than Quad's TSA run with slow motion, but with a high FPS. And yeah, now I got this TAS of the mod called Big Lolly, which everyone was pretty much waiting for. Now there are let's see if I can find it. I collected a couple of estimates. Now some people here don't run the video game, but I found a new skip in this game for the TAS. Maxim is the only one who knew the skip because, well, he was leaving and he needed to submit a run to speedrun.com. So he's waiting until I showcase this test to submit the run to No Spoiler Trick. And even though, like, there are some people who run the game like Maxim, PJC, their estimates are a little bit too high as well, because the final time is actually 14 seconds, 208 milliseconds. So let's watch it. Now this mod is kind of a very childish mod with huge cutscenes, but I will explain something about it. This mod is a mod of very good stream quality, especially the first map. And this is pretty much, this test is very interesting for a number of reasons. It was the first task to use RNG manipulation. It was the first task to use a reset frame in a script. It was the first task to use the duck tapping without any ground friction. This is ran on the Steam version. I paused the video. This is ran on the Steam version, so I have 1000 FPS, but I don't have the bunny hop cap. Or I mean, I have the bunny hop cap. So what I did duck tap. I had to duck tap a lot. This test goes through change levels fine. And right here I do a very interesting skip. If you watch this game being ran as a marathon earlier, you might have seen that the runners, well, they take a granite here to pass this huge gap, but it's not the most interesting part. Right here, I reset the game, I manipulate the RNG, and the runners at the marathon do this map completely. And what I do is I actually duck tap on the butterflies to make it into the final trigger. It is interesting because the butterflies spawn randomly on the map, so I had to do RNG manipulation to get them exactly to where I wanted to. This is the biggest skip. It's actually viable for RTA. Maxim did a run of it already. Let's watch the thing in slow motion. There is a fade in the beginning. Yeah, so I start strafing. I actually skip the suit because the suit is just laying there on the ground, so I just air strafe over it. There are a couple. There is a can here. There is like a huge can. And when you do the game at 1000 FPS, it's not there for some reason, but the hitbox is still there, so I have to strafe around it. Now I duck tap, go into the change level. Now, as you can see, well, with other runs with teleports, you might have noticed that teleports reset your speed. However, this is not the case with change levels. So I turn a bit in order to make my speed face where I need to go. This way I go really fast at this part. So ground frictionless duck tapping to not lose any speed at all. Now here's a very interesting part. As you can see, or you cannot really see it, this bridge part is a little sloped. And I actually get a tiny slope boost from this bridge. And this is extremely difficult at 1000 FPS. It's extremely precise, because you have to be pretty much to the right of the bridge or to the side of the bridge, and then in one frame you have to go over it and slow boost off of it. So this is really lucky. I haven't expected it to happen. This is another change level. I plus use here to lose velocity because I need to make this turn. I just lose some HP on this turn. I don't need HP really. You cannot see HP because there is no suit. So I proceed to duck tap, and I have a lot of velocity. So I can just duck tap here and make it all the way over the pit. Now this fall would have killed me, but what I do is a slope jump, and that cancels my fall damage. I do it at the lower FPS. And right here I once again orient myself towards the direction I want to go in the next map. Change level, and I have enough speed to reach the butterflies and fly right into the ending trigger. This is technically the first full game TAS, although it sounds really weird. Let's watch it in real time again. So this is Big Lolly, 14 seconds. The RNG manipulation, once again, it manipulates the butterflies to spawn in this particular spot. Now, I said it's RTA viable. I have a proof. A proof is somewhere here. This is me doing it in RTA with a snark. Here we have it, RTA. Now, of course, you have to save there, or you have to get a good run, so you get a good butterfly position. But I was able to get it like at least 6 times out of 10. So it's really not that hard, to be honest. I guess I can showcase Maxim's run of it as well, which is going on the leaderboards. It was somewhere on my YouTube. Somewhere, this one. Let me do my console cheats once again. Right. This run that he did, this is for some reason 30 FPS, so well. This is a normal RTA run that will go into speedrun.com once again. You do this thing here, as you could have seen. Now, there is the first difference. He grabs the snarks to use them later. He does the usual grenade boost, and he got a good RNG and just flies over the pit. This is how you do it in the run. So that was pretty much all I wanted to showcase in the TAS block initially, but now I think we have a lot of time, and we talked about the bootcamp TAS by Mathronor. Let's watch that, I guess. Can I watch it from YouTube? Actually, I think I have it downloaded. Hold on. Bootcamp. Oh shit. I have a lot of shit. That's somewhere here. And where I will find it? Out of TASes. Yeah, here it is. Let me shut down YouTube so it doesn't waste my CPU. Now I have to explain the start once again. As PJC said, there is, if you save load, you can skip the waiting and the cutscene here. So that's what Mathronor does. You can see the perfect strafing going right into the doors. Now here he has to waste a little bit of time, so he does some object maneuvering for fun.
I'm sorry, Corporal, this is a restricted area. Victory! Now move your butt, soldier! I will meet you on the other side in the armory! This is a restricted area, soldier. Your PCV is able to recharge from battery power, or it can interface and recharge with military and HEV charging stations. What are you waiting for? Grab that PCV and get it booked. You are gonna have water. Are you what? You are gonna are you dirt? Are you gonna have what? You what? Are you dirt? You are gonna have dirt. What are you gonna be in charge around here? Well, thank you very much. That your military has provided you with will keep you alive. I'm sorry, Corporal. This is a restricted area. I'm sorry, Corporal. This is a restricted area. Keep your PCV charged, and your chances of survival in the field are very high. Proceed to the next area.
So yeah, you have to wade through a lot of different cutscenes, and he just does stuff for fun.
The following areas will simulate many of the environmental hazards you are likely to encounter in the field. Run through it as quickly as you can, and try to avoid taking too much damage. A dead Marine is a worthless Marine! I will see you up ahead if you can make it through alive.
There is an object boost here.
Holy shit, you made it! What's that on your vest, soldier? Did that sing a little? Well, suck it up and drive on! I'm not through with you yet! Proceed through that door into the small staging room and away from the instruction. Providing protection, your PCV has other capabilities. Once the light goes out, the door in front of you will open. Activate your night vision goggles to navigate this maze. I smell smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire!
Just getting a little head start to gain some speed.
Well, I'll be damned! You may just have what it takes to be a soldier. Now double time it over to the...
Fun facts, all the lamps in Half-Life are detached from the ceiling.
Move it! Move it! Alright, maggot, let's see if you can move your butt through my obstacle course. On your mark, get set, go, go, go! Run up and over those platforms. Now jump! Get your sorry ass moving! Get your ass down that hill! Scale that wall! Hurry it up! Get over that beam! I thought we were training soldiers here! Are you trying to embarrass me? Proceed to the next area! Come on, double time it! Move, move, move!
Never impressed.
Let's see if you can drive faster than you. Very good! Maybe there's hope for you yet. Now, you want to come up here and try to knock me? Jump! Catch that rope and use you can. This might take more coordination than you have, soldier. I'm almost impressed, soldier. Meet me in the next section and let's see if I can shake you up a bit. You better move like you got a purpose. Okay, soldier, this is a live fire exercise. This run will give you a taste of what it's like to be in the field. Keep your head low and move between cover. I want to see your face in the dirt, soldier. Go, go, go! Climb that rope, hit the dirt, soldier! Your weapon is your best friend. It is your only friend. And to be more effective, soldier, you must master your weapon. On the table, you will see your standard issue sidearm. Pick it up and step over to the pistol range. The object of this exercise is to familiarize yourself with the functions and use of your weapon. The goal is for you to place 6 shots within the inner circle of each target. You may begin. You may proceed, Corporal. This exercise will train you in the use of a long-range sniper rifle. Proceed to the table, pick up the sniper rifle, and position yourself on the firing line. In this exercise, you will be firing at targets both moving and stationary at medium, long, and extreme ranges. As you will notice, your sniper rifle comes equipped with a scope. Use this scope to magnify your view, making the distant targets easier to see.
Just letting you
In
enjoy the
distance,
TAS.
you will notice 3 stationary targets partially concealed. Hit each of these targets to advance to the next stage of targets. Good! Now let's see how you do with simple moving targets at that range, soldier. Very good. Now let's see if you can hit the moving targets at long range. Make sure to take your time and line up those shots, soldier. Not bad at all, soldier. Now let's see if you can do the same at extreme range. Unbelievable! You can actually shoot. I'd actually consider letting you cover my ass in a firefight. I'm finished with you, soldier. Proceed to the next area and report to the next drill instructor.
So, yeah, this last bit is not very interesting because it's just basically just using some soldiers and waiting. So yeah, I let you just enjoy the TAS because I think the commentary of the trainer is quite impressive with this TAS. So what's interesting about this TAS is that, first of all, it's the first mod TAS that was done. Mathrunner had his own injection tool, and this is the first mod TAS. This is the first TAS that was not done in Half-Life, because this is actually Half-Life opposing force. So, what is any interesting spots? Okay, what do I want to talk about? Oh yeah, those tools that he used weren't like as advanced as they are now. So one thing that he didn't have is RNG manipulation, so he had to kind of segment this part a lot. So he gets shot exactly how he wants to. He had to basically retry retry executing the same script over and over until he gets the desired outcome. It may seem that under those consequences, this fire range part should be pretty tiring to do, but it turned out that the recoil and spread on the pistol is not actually random. So, like, as long as you do exactly the same actions with the pistol, it has the same recoil and spread, and you don't really need to segment this part. Now the sniper range. The sniper rifle, I think it's 100% accurate, no matter if you shoot it with scope or without. So Mathrunner just does a couple of impressive shots that are perfectly precise, and listens to the interesting commentary of this guy over here. Okay, what else? Now this part with ropes. Not sure where that is. Somewhere here. Yeah, this part with ropes. Now, for some reason, most of the times the ropes are glitched and they are basically straight and not moving, as you can see right here. So it wasn't really faster to try to jump the ropes. So he just went on the side there. Now, another thing about this TAS is that duct tapping without ground friction wasn't really utilized yet. No one automated it at that point. So the duct tapping you see has ground friction, so it's not the most optimal thing. Yeah, for the other part, this TAS should be pretty self-explanatory considering what we discussed earlier. What else can I show? I don't think there are that many more interesting clips, and I guess I will stop with the TAS block now. I will link the... Oh yeah, I forgot to link. I did a very in-depth TAS tutorial for GoldSRC TASing. Let me find the highlight. Basically, this highlight is pretty much everything you need to know the TAS Half-Life games and mods. I will link it in the description because self-advertisement. And I will also link the GoldSRC TAS list, so you can check out the different TASes of different things. And with that, I guess I'm gonna stop with the TAS block, and next up will be some AG and whatnot after party thing. Yeah.